And you will probably recognize our next guest. He was the first winner of The Apprentice. And after learning business from the ground up from Donald Trump, Bill Rancic is now a successful businessman in his own right. He's also helping small businesses through a unique Super Bowl contest. Here's Bill Rancic on the record. Bill, nice to see you.
It's good to see you, Greta. How are you?
Good. So I did my homework before this interview about this commercial that's going to air in Super Bowl and Death Wish coffee, and it was so inviting that I actually ordered some already. So I'm way ahead of you. I'm going to order it. So tell me, what is this ad, and tell me what you've done.
Well, I've been working with the folks at Intuit QuickBooks, and we are really just trying to help fuel small business success. So we launched the campaign Small Business Big Game, where we were going to give one small business owner a fully paid, fully produced commercial that's going to run during that football game on February 7th. And we got tens of thousands of small businesses that applied. We narrowed it down. America voted, and they fell in love with Death Wish coffee, just like you did. And they voted for them to be the big winner in the big game. And it's pretty exciting to see what's going to happen to this young man and his business, because he is a true American entrepreneur. He put his life savings on the line, moved home with his mother at the age of 30 to start this company. And here he is. He's going to be on the big stage with all the automotive manufacturers and the beer companies. So we're thrilled.
And, you know, it's going to be over 100 million people see this. It's going to be in the third quarter of the Super Bowl. And imagine, I mean, I assume that a lot of people are going to do like I did and just, you know, I just went to Amazon.com and put in the name, and up it popped. So I bought it.
Yeah, I think he's going to sell millions of pounds of coffee this year. I mean, his life is going to change dramatically. And I think he's a smart guy. He's prepared. And the folks at QuickBooks are arming him with the right tools to really capitalize on the success that he's going to see after that football game.
Who paid what did these ads cost, about $5 million to get 30 seconds? I mean, somebody had to pay to get the time. Yeah,
well, QuickBooks did it. Intuit QuickBooks sponsored this competition. They paid for the ad. They produced the ad with a major ad agency. And Mike, the owner of Death Wish Coffee, was very involved in the creative process and shooting the commercial. So it's his baby, and come February 7th, the world is going to know who this young man is and his company. And I'm excited to see, you know, how his sales just rocket off the planet Earth.
Is it possible, though, that, you know, that a lot of people, that the 100 million start buying, you know, going online, and he's got a problem in terms of production?
Well, he's ready. He is ready, and he's been, you know, producing 20 bags a minute. He's got 2 of those assembly lines that we see right now, and he's been gearing up for this for the last month and a half. So he's ready to go. He's got, you know, hundreds of thousands of pounds ready to ship. So he's going to seize this opportunity like any smart businessman would.
All right, the pitch is it's the world's strongest coffee, which is, of course, you know, one of the things that grabbed me. I mean, have you tasted it, number one? And two, you know, is it really that strong?
Well, I've tasted it, and it's a great tasting coffee, but it's about double the caffeine of an ordinary cup of coffee. So, you know, he created the business much like many small businesses out of necessity. He had a small little coffee shop that was kind of struggling. Some of the customers said, hey, we want a stronger cup of coffee, and he went out and he brought them an extremely strong cup of coffee. They loved it. He decided to sell it online, and one thing led to another, and people were just reordering and reordering. So this young man is really going to have a heck of a career ahead of him.
All right, 2004, you won the first Apprentice with Donald Trump. What do you think about Donald Trump, and what do you think he'd think about this project?
Well, Donald Trump is definitely pro-small business, that's for sure. He's an entrepreneur himself. He's a second-generation entrepreneur, so there's no doubt about it that he would think this was amazing. God, I'm looking at that video. I was so young there, 2004. But
we all were. Actually, Bill, we all were.
Yeah. Yeah, but anyway, this is about the American dream, and that was really the goal of this competition that Intuit QuickBooks put on. It's about celebrating small business and really saying, hey, the American dream is still alive and well, and you can go out and do it yourself.
What's the biggest problem? What gets in people's ways? You know, the things I hear from a lot of small business people are these regulations is the biggest sort of impediment. Plus, you've got to get the capital to launch a business. But are business regulations really a problem? I suppose it depends on the product, but...
Well, I spent the last 4 years traveling around the country and meeting with small businesses, and I got to tell you, the biggest obstacle they face is getting capital. They don't have access to money, and you know, we're starting to see crowdfunding in different areas where they can access alternative capital, but that's, in my opinion, been the biggest hurdle for small businesses. It's about survival. It's about meeting payroll and being able to buy inventory to keep up with the demand. So if they get access to that, then, you know, the sky's the limit for many of these small businesses that I've worked with.
And you can see more of my interview with Bill Rancic and the founder of Death Wish Coffee on my Greta Talk podcast. Just download the newest Greta Talk episode to your phone using iTunes, TuneIn, or Stitcher. It's free.